You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything that I hope for. You're everything I need.
May Mae?
Laura.
Oh, I'm so sorry to come over without calling first, but we're sort of in a little bit of trouble. We haven't brought it to your house, though. I wondered if we could maybe stay with you for a while.
You know you can come here.
Oh, good. This is my son, Lucky. This is Mrs. Ward.
How do you do?
Oh, I'm doing fine, thank you, Lucky. And judging from that wide smile of yours, I know you're doing fine, too.
I'm getting better.
Where's your coat?
We had to leave the hospital in a real hurry.
Here, look, you put this around you until you warm up some. And I have some chamomile tea steeping. And how'd you like a cup of that?
Yes, please.
Laura?
Yes. Thank you, May Mae.
Do you want to tell me about it, or do you want to go into the other room on the couch and catch your breath?
Mom. All right. It's just that this is the first that I felt safe.
Honey, that's what we're here for. This is Barry, and he's 8 months old, and he's the best baby in the world. Oh, nothing in the world feels better than holding an armload of this. Look at him.
I know what you mean.
There you go. Oh, dear.
Actually, I haven't seen many babies.
Is that a fact?
But he's very cool. I think he likes you, Mom.
Oh, I like him.
I'll be right back.
Okay. What do they know at that age?
Oh, well, they know a lot more than you think. This is when they're learning some really important things, like hugs and smiles and a nice, safe, warm feeling. Yes. And that's what May Mae is giving to these babies.
Right?
Lucky, this is Luana. Here you go.
Do I really get to hold her?
Just like this. The important thing is to support her head, but you can't do that yet. That's good.
How many of these do you have?
Enough to go around.
Mom, look, he's holding my finger. Oh, geez, you're strong.
Mm-hmm.
You're very cute, too. Where did she come from?
She was abandoned. And we don't know why, except her mother must have been in some painful trouble. But she has a home now. And till I can find adoption for her.
Well, I hope you find a really good home for her.
We will.
What about Barry?
Now, Barry's a different story. Barry has a strong, beautiful mother who's trying to straighten out her life. And she found herself a job.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Oh, isn't that good news? That's good news.
She comes to see him every day. And we're trying to find a place for them to live so that he can see her nights.
You know what that makes me think?
What?
I am really lucky.
Yes, you are.
I mean, these guys are lucky, too. I mean, because they're here and everything.
And you have a mother and a father.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That even makes the wheelchair seem okay.
Your mother told me about the accident, but she said that you're going to be okay.
I will be, but... I mean, I was kind of scared.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's so weird. I mean, I'm used to my bike and my skateboard, and I mean, baseball's gonna start soon. And this morning, Mom had to help me when I wanted to help her.
Well, nothing in this life happens. Nothing happens that we don't learn from.
I mean, what it's like being in a wheelchair all the time?
Hey, he's quick.
I've thought about that.
Well, think about this. Think about your good, strong legs, and think about chasing a long fly ball over fresh grass this spring. Think about standing on the pedals of your bicycle and leaning over the handlebars into the wind. And Lucky, make it happen.
I will.
Well, do you want to see the rest of my babies?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking too. Yes, Barry. Yes.
I love you. I love you too, Mom.
What a beautiful little boy he is.
I have high hopes for him and his mother. Look, honey, if you and Lucky want to stay a while, I got a spare bedroom upstairs you can stay in.
Oh, thank you, May Mae, but we're going to be all right, really. I wish that I could tell you about this, but I can't. You see, Luke and I have been having some problems for a while now, and we're trying to work it out, and it'll be resolved one way or the other very soon.
Well, just so long as you know that I'm here for you, that's all.
Well, I think that's why we landed on your doorstep.
Good.
Simone and I had to leave so quickly the other day, and you were just about to tell us more about your family and our house, and you were showing me some picture here.
Oh, yes. My husband, Daniel Ward, and Bradley, and David, and our daughter, Edith, on the porch. Yes, let me see. Bradley was about 12 years old there, so this is the summer of 1957.
And he grew up to be a minister and a state assemblyman?
And the husband and the father. Isabella and their children came to live with me in your house when Bradley went to Albany. And they stayed for some years after that.
Did they have a dog with spots?
Her name was Polly. And she finally went to Philadelphia with my daughter-in-law and her two babies. Oh, that dog lived to be 16 years of age.
We found a child's drawing of her. It was in the corner cabinet.
That's my grandson, Justice. Boy, that child loved to paint and draw.
Where's he now?
Well, he's in Philadelphia practicing law, and he comes up to see me a couple times a year. And, girl, I have grandchildren all over the place.
Oh, you must feel so fortunate.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
May I ask how your son Bradley died?
I really can't answer that. I can't answer that because I truly don't know. He just disappeared.
What?
Bradley came down from Albany late June. And Isabel and the babies had gone to Philadelphia to stay with her mother. And he was planning to drive down on the 4th of July. He came to see me. We sat on the porch, and we talked through the night. Then he walked down the steps into the soft June mist. Nobody's seen him since.
Mimi, how could that have happened? How could somebody like Bradley just disappear? And why?
There were reasons. Bradley stirred things up in the Port Charles community. I mean, he lit a fire under some important people.
Who?
Well, he was pastor of the Mount Zion Church, which is still my church, and helped support Bradley House. And there were things that needed to be done in the community, and Bradley did them. In those days, the banks were redlining, and the people that lived and worked in the community of Charles Street weren't able to get loans, weren't able to get mortgages, and he organized the community. And then he ran for state assembly, and he won. And there were people in the very same community, in the same neighborhood, who were on the take and closing their eyes to what was going on, who didn't like that. And, I mean, he kept at it. And he was pressuring the school board for fair redistricting and pushing for school programs and for job programs and daycare. And he got things done. And he made enemies.
Are you saying that you think he was murdered?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he disappeared.
Without a trace? I mean, was there some kind of a police investigation?
Well, in some fashion there was, but there was no evidence, nothing. And so they gave up the investigation. They stopped.
You must have been so angry.
Oh, yes, I was. With Bradley gone, I reached another level of anger. Anger was not enough. You understand that?
I think I do. Is that why you left your house?
Well, after my husband died, we owned that house free and clear. And when Bradley decided to run for the assembly, I took out a mortgage at the bank. And every cent that came out of there went into his campaign, and it still wasn't enough to cover the work that had to be done. And then when Bradley disappeared, the bank foreclosed us. And had to give it up.
It's a shame.
Maybe it was time. My daughter-in-law took Justice and Faith down to Philadelphia to live with her relatives, and my youngest son helped me buy this place.
And you filled it with babies.
I did indeed. And now that old house is yours, and it's filled with happiness, and that's a joy.
For me, too. Did Lucky ask you about his room?
He did. And I told him it was Bradley's room.
Really?
Yes. And David was across the hall, and Edith's next to him, and Lucky's got it straight, believe me.
I really hope that you will come and visit us there.
Oh, I will, I promise.
May Mae, Virginia needs you in the back. She said the thermostat's off.
I hope I live long enough to see a new furnace in this house.
Oh, dear.
Come on, Dexter.
Come on.
Come on, yes. And Ramsey, come on, let's go see about this heat. No, come on with me. We're going to check out the heat. See you later.
Wow.
She's really something, isn't she?
She's very, very cool.
Yeah.
I like it here, Mom.
Oh, so do I.
Are you all right?
I am much better. What about you?
Well, I was back there with the little kids, and I forgot about everything. The man in the stairwell, and it's great.
And she told you about your room?
Yeah, she told her that her older son lived in there, and she showed me a picture of him. I love all these pictures.
Yeah, me too. They're nice, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Someone's here looking for you.
What? Oh, Luke. Oh, Luke. Thank God. Oh.
Dad!
Hey, what's up, cowboy?
Hey.
Oh, well, I sure called that one wrong.
Spencer, Mary Mae Ward.
Very, very pleased to meet you.
Mrs. Ward, this is not the first time a house of yours has sheltered my family. Thank you.
Mary Mae, and you're very welcome. Lucky.
Yeah.
Dexter's been hollering for another ride on that wheelchair. It's time to leave your parents alone for a minute.
Well, I promised him and Ramsey 2 turns.
You know where to find us.
Thank you. Spencer, Mary Mae Ward.
Very, very pleased to meet you.
Mrs. Ward, this is not the first time a house of yours has sheltered my family. Thank you.
Mary Mae, and you're very welcome. Lucky.
Yeah.
Dexter's been hollering for another ride on that wheelchair. It's time to leave your parents alone for a minute.
Well, I promised him and Ramsey 2 turns.
You know where to find us.
Thank you. Who were they?
They were sent by Garfield, but it's over. I should have never left you alone.
But what does it mean? I mean, where do we go? What do we do?
It all came down between Frank and Garfield's men. According to Sonny, we're out of the middle. Garfield was smoked. So, at least for now, this part of the game is over.
Does this mean that we can stay in Port Charles? Can we go back to our house? What?
Well, yeah, we'll go home. And we'll secure the house. And I'll spend a few sleepless nights. And then we have a decision to make. You know what the stakes are. Do we stick it out here and do what we came to do? Or do we take off again? Just don't answer that right now. Let's just think about it. Think hard about it, because this time, once the decision is made, that's it.